Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, it can only be testament to its potency that it strikes this much fear in their hearts that they have to go to the extremes to try and shut it down, even though it is still at its fledgling stages. Amotekun I am talking about, as guys I bring you this. Most of the bad news about Amotekun are fake. The governor, that is the arrowhead of this organization, of course, is the person coming out in the public space to speak. Comment credited to Governor Makinde. So Governor Makinde, of course, has now felt the need to come out of his offices to address the public about some of the news that we have been hearing about Amotekun. And we have been hearing a lot of fairly disturbing news about that organization that is not even really fully fledged yet. But now the governor has come out to speak. Again, most of the bad news about Amotekun are fake. A headline credited to Governor Seyi Makinde. So now let's now see what the Oyo State governor has to say. Governor Seyi Makinde has said that most of the negative reports about Oyo State chapter of the Western Nigeria Security Network Amotekun are false. Makinde, who said this at the government house in Agodi on Wednesday, January the 14th, alleged that those who want Amotekun to fail are behind the lies. He also told those with evidence of wrongdoing meted against them by Amotekun to speak up. So here is now the full text of his public statement, of his release. He said, Amotekun is not operating in a vacuum. They are a creation of the law of the state. The Nigerian police is a creation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is normal that we have inter- and intra-agency friction where possible, but we will get everybody together and seek alignment towards the same end. Basically, for the past 6 weeks that Amotekun was deployed, we have seen various reports in the news. Most of these reports are good and a few are bad. And of the bad, quite a number of them are false information and fake news. For example, some newspaper carried the news that Amotekun killed 7 Fulani headsmen in Ibiripa. Such a story was circulated to stoke ethnic tension, whereas the real story was that Amotekun worked with the community members, including genuine herdsmen, to flush out bad elements in that zone. I have to tell you that there are people amongst us that don't want Amotekun to succeed, and they will use lies and disinformation to push their agenda. We must realize where we're coming from and where we really want to be. Community policing is the way forward, and we have to make it work. If somebody says he is abused by Amotekun and cannot pinpoint the Amotekun personnel in such an area, you are probably not from that neighborhood and you are a fake news carrier. So, as I always say, I know we do have trust deficit between the people and the authorities, and this makes it easier to think the worst of people in authority. But we should not cut our nose to spite our face. We must find a balance so that we do not turn the people trying to protect us to our enemies. So this is now coded words, of course, from what is his name? Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, feeling the need now to come out into the public space to refute a lot of now this increasing number of negative reportage against the Amotekun organization. So this Amotekun is only in operation now a few weeks, a couple of months, no more, but already you are hearing this drip effect of all sort of like news of wrongdoings by this organization. Some of it actually covered on this channel as well. Actually, I remember a few weeks ago doing a video on how Amotekun apparently in Ondo State somewhere were telling people off and almost punishing people for the way they were dressed and insisting that people must speak Yoruba properly. So these are the sort of news that are coming out of that organization. And this latest installment now about what happened in Ibiripa, I did actually want to do a video on it, but I never got around to doing it. So now there's this thing that happened in Ibiripa where the Amotekun went to operate in the forest regions of that space to flush out these elements as has been described by the governor. But then the report was that it was a joint operation between Amotekun and Mieti Kutehari, but then Mieti Kutehari has come out to distance themselves from that operation. And then the upshot of it, of course, now is the demise of 7 Fulanis as has been described by the governor. And that, of course, now sinks to that drumbeat of ethnicity, which is the #1 song, always on the top of the charts within the Nigerian space. So an ethnic coloration is what they are trying to give the operations of this Amotekun organization. But who is behind this now fake news and negative spinning of the operations of Amotekun? This is really where the question is. So whose interest is served if Amotekun fails is the question. And once that question is answered, then we would know who really the people are that are spreading this information about this organization. So it's definitely not the Igbos, because of course off the back of Amotekun, the Igbos quickly set up their own security outfit too, which they called the Eastern Security Network. So of course they must have seen that the Amotekun as a good example for them to go and set up something identical in their region. So definitely it is in the interest of the Igbo people for Amotekun to succeed. And of course, certainly the Yorubas want it to succeed, because this is something that we've been clamoring for decades and decades. A Yoruba-faced sort of like a security outfit that has a Yoruba face in Yoruba land, which is exactly what Amotekun is. So it is our vested interest, it is in our vested interest for Amotekun to succeed. So the Yorubas want Amotekun to succeed. The Igbos, of course, would like Amotekun to succeed. So who then does not want Amotekun to succeed? The people who do not want Amotekun to succeed, of course, will be the people who Amotekun are weighed against the most. And Amotekun was set up off the back of the marauding and savaging of the Fulani headsmen. So immediately you don't really need to be Sherlock Holmes to immediately conclude that Seyi Makinde, the governor Seyi Makinde's comments are pointed in the direction of the Fulanis. He has to use coded words, of course, because the Fulanis have rulership over the Nigerian space at the moment. But then, of course, the Yorubas must fight back. And as the lead governor within the Yoruba space, he has to take a frontal position in the pushing for the success of this Amotekun organization. So fake news and disinformation actually is a lie Mohammed sort of a word. That is the sort of words that he uses a lot, but certainly it applies in this particular instance, although it's more a misinformation than a disinformation. But however you choose to term it, fake news is what we're talking about. And the drumbeat of the clamoring for Amotekun to fail, and the machinations and the movement and the Machiavellian subterfuge are already in play. Come share thought about all this with me in the comment section. Seyi Makinde has come out to speak in defense of Amotekun, and his comments are pointed in the direction of the Fulanis. What says you? Come share thoughts. But before you come share those thoughts, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, they want Amotekun to fail, but who are they? So come in the comment section, come tell me who you think they are. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.